Hey guys, welcome back to the Spooky Swamp podcast. I'm Jess.
Hi, I'm also here.
And who are you?
Josh. They know me.
Yeah, but what if I brought on a guest?
It's fine.
They'd have to kind of be like, is this Josh or is it not?
Joe got confused on our other podcast because when he introed me, instead of saying hello, I just cracked a beer. And he was like, oh, okay. But yeah, we're here again.
Well, yep, we're here again. This week is my pick, and at the end of last week's video, I spun the wheel, and I don't know if you guys remember from the beginning, if you're faithfully listening to us episode after episode. In the beginning, when we got this wheel, I really, really wanted teen horror from the beginning. So last week, I finally landed on teen horror, and guess who was kind of taken out of the blue once I landed on that and didn't really know what to do? Me. On the side there, it looks like Tully's about to spin the wheel.
I want her to spin it so bad.
If she spins it, will you do what she does?
Of course I will.
Okay.
Be a Tully's pick.
A Tully's pick.
But yes, so we landed on teen horror, and you got upset because we already did the movies you wanted.
Yeah, so the reason why in the beginning I really wanted teen horror was to do the Fear Street trilogy, and we already did that. So it kind of left me with what the heck to do. And then we also reviewed in the past, if you look back at our second episode, which to me is not the best, but it was when we were starting, Totally Killers.
Totally Killers.
That is one of my absolute favorite considered teen horror films.
Yeah.
And we already reviewed that. So I was like, I don't know what the heck to review. So I had to kind of dig deep, and I decided to go with The Babysitter.
It's another horror comedy starring Samara Weaving.
Yeah, so if that name sounds familiar, it's because it is, because we did review one of her other films, episode 3, I believe, the Ready or Not.
Yes.
And yep, she's from the Ready or Not franchise. But before that, she did this movie called The Babysitter, 2017. She actually met her husband.
Who's her husband?
Her husband he was one of the directors/writers, Jimmy Warden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So that's how they met. Little fun fact for you. Was on set of The Babysitter.
Yeah.
So this movie got a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 62% on the popcorn meter. Do you think that's fair? How did you feel?
I feel like it could definitely be a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very fun movie, and it's not long. It's only an hour and 25 minutes. It's a quick movie.
I agree, and it did well enough that they even did a second one.
Yeah.
We're not going to review the second one for you today, but I have a little something special planned for the second one that'll pop up. So stay tuned, maybe this weekend.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in this movie.
There really is. And I recognize a lot of them from romance films.
I was going to say, I recognize a lot of them from Vine back in the day.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, why don't we go through the peoples and...
Yeah.
Yeah. And you say where you recognize them from, and I'll say where I recognize them from.
Well, Samara Weaving, we all recognize her from, we already went over that.
Ready or Not. She has a new movie that came out this year called Over Your Dead Body that I heard is really, really good.
Yeah, I still need to see that.
We still need to watch that, but yeah.
Judah Lewis, who plays Cole, the main character, was in another movie we like, Summer of '84, or as we refer to it, the Milk Carton movie, because...
So, Josh and I have Shudder, which is a part of Prime. It's just an extension of Shudder. And Shudder has all the horror movies. And sometimes when Josh and I have date night, we will pick a horror movie to watch. Sometimes we decide to pick one randomly through Shudder. And you know how they say never judge a book by its cover? Well, I do that.
Yeah.
I do that with books, and I also do that with movies. So I saw a movie that the cover was a milk carton and it looked like a missing
Mm.
child milk carton thing. And I was like, let's do this milk carton movie. And
We still refer to it as the milk carton movie.
yeah, as of today, I always forget the name of it. I was like Summer of something.
Yeah.
Look, I even forgot what it's called right now.
Summer of '84.
Summer of '84. So, and it was a good movie. My little bone to pick with it is that it sets it up for a second movie and they don't continue. I don't think so. I'm assuming it maybe didn't do well with the audience or it just didn't gain enough popularity
Yeah.
because I
Most
never heard
likely.
of it.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got. Bella Thorne. If you have the internet, you know who she is.
Yeah, Bella Thorne, you might recognize her from her old Disney days of
Mm.
Shake It Up. Um, if not, you might recognize her from Blended, that Adam Sandler movie,
I love Blended.
or Duff, the Duff.
The Duff, yeah.
You know who else was in the Duff that's also on this list? Robbie Amwell, ML,
Robbie Amell. Yeah.
ML. I see. I'm bad at saying names. I think I switched his M for a W right there.
Yeah, it's fine.
But he was also in the Duff. He was in that show Upload.
Yes, she was. Upload. He did some voiceover work. I think no, that was a voice. Never mind. He. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got a pretty face. You know who he reminds me of?
Ooh.
He reminds me a little bit of Taylor Lautner.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like I remember when I first saw him on the Duff, I believe it was. I was like, "Is that Taylor Lautner?" And I was like, "Isn't Taylor not Lautner like cold?"
Wow.
Sorry,
Jesus.
sorry, but he probably is like. No, I would think he would be older than us.
Taylor Lautner?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he would definitely be older than us at least. I don't think he's old as shit, but
No, he's a year older than me. God damn it. He's
oopsies.
34. Isn't he old as shit? Yeah, thanks.
Oopsies.
Appreciate that.
Sorry, because I'm remembering Twilight, and when I watched Twilight, it was really small. Like I was in middle school.
I mean,
So,
I remember from Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and he wasn't that old looking then.
and
So
well, that movie is pretty old.
yeah, so you know what? It's fine. Moving on.
Sorry.
Uh this one I definitely recognize from Vine, King Batch. He was probably one of the funniest people in this movie.
He was in The Holiday.
He's been in a lot.
Yeah, he's been in a lot too. But I remember him specifically in The Holiday. Because again, anything romance, I'm gonna familiarize myself with people.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I definitely recognize him from Vine. Hannah May Lee, I recognize her from
Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect. Yep. Leslie Bibb, who plays Cole's mom. She was in Trick or Treat for maybe 2 minutes in the very beginning.
Oh, was she the lady that put away? Yes, yes, I do remember now.
Yeah. She
Okay.
decides to take the decorations down on Halloween.
Who does that?
Crazy people.
Yeah, who does that? Like, what?
Yeah.
At that rate, don't put any decorations out at all
Yeah, it's completely pointless.
if you don't want to do anything. Or do something what extra lazy people do, and they put out Christmas lights for Halloween, but they have it that it changes different colors.
Mm,
So they'll change it to like orange for Halloween.
yeah.
And then when Christmas time comes around, they'll change it to like the Christmas colors.
There is a house maybe 10 minutes from here that does that.
That does that. That's exactly what I'm referring
Yeah.
to. But to me, that is like low effort energy right there. That's like, I want to do a little something, but I'm not going too crazy
Mm-hmm.
and I don't got a lot of money. So opt for something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's a lot of people in this movie.
Oh, and the girl who plays Melanie, which is Emily. You're gonna have to read the name because I don't know. I think her name is Emily.
Emily Allen Lind.
Yeah, let's go with that. She was in that show We Are Liars, and that was pretty recent.
She was in Ghostbusters, The Frozen Empire, Doctor Sleep, Gossip Girl. Wow.
Probably as a child.
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah. She's really young. I think she's like 20, she's probably like 23, 24
Hmm.
now.
But yeah, so yeah, let's dive into it. It is a quick movie, so
Yes, a very quick movie. So this movie is, we'll start with the plot. 12 years old, a 12-year-old boy who discovers his babysitter is part of a satanic cult. And that's the best way to describe it, right?
it's pretty straightforward, yeah.
Straightforward. That boy is Cole, who was in the summer of 84.
In the milk carton movie,
The milk
yes.
carton movie.
He yeah, he's kind of like a nerdy kid and gets bullied a lot. And you know, the movie starts off with him just getting hit with like a ball. Like he's a nerd.
Yeah, and he goes to the nurse. They're trying to give him a flu shot, and he's like freaking out,
Terrified of needles.
terrified of needles, which is fair. Like I know, like I don't. Nobody likes needles, but I don't know. I just kind of like look away.
I'd never minded them. I like to fuck with the nurse when they draw blood.
Really,
I stare directly at the needle as they do it and freak them out.
I think I had one really, really bad experience of like the nurse missing my vein and then wiggling it around and just causing so much pain
Yeah.
that now I kind of flinch a little bit. But
The only time it hurt me, and sorry to go off topic, they had to put a needle in the palm of my hand.
oh, so the butterfly, that's what it's called.
It was like here.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh.
So that was the only time it bothered me, but other than that, it was fine. But
I
anyway,
thought you meant to take blood.
no, this was, I had gotten a piece of wood stuck in my hand at work. So they had to take that out.
Oh, they did that to my foot once.
Fun.
Yeah, fun. Very off topic. Sorry about that.
You're welcome.
You're welcome for that image there.
Yeah.
We do
So,
horror.
yeah, a lot of blood. Anyway, so Cole is, walking home from school. He was going to get a ride from his neighbor. What's her name? Emily?
Melanie.
Melanie. But her dad is like a douche and refuses to give him a ride. He's like, "Oh, your parents are expecting you to take the bus. Yeah, you should probably do that." Who's going through a midlife crisis slash divorce, and he's like a major douche.
Yeah.
Um, so Cole walks home and immediately gets bullied by his one of his neighbors, Jeremy. Miles J. Harvey plays him, and his two friends.
He
And
looks familiar, that kid, too.
I can't picture where I've seen him.
But I've seen him.
He's been in a lot. Mm, yeah, nothing I've really watched though.
Is it Spider-Man?
No, no, not. But yeah. So they're messing with Cole, and this is where we meet B, who is Samara Weaving, his babysitter, and she intervenes and pops Jeremy's bike tire and whispers something crazy in his ear and scares the shit out of him to the point where he basically just runs away like a little bitch. And B gives Cole a ride home and is like, I'm babysitting you tomorrow night. We're at a party, and they have a cute little friendship.
Yeah.
He's kind of into her, and she's, the babysitter.
Yeah, as a lot of movies of any preteen boy that has an older babysitter, she's like an older high school student.
Yeah. But
And he's like checking her out while she's not looking.
Yeah, she catches him immediately.
Yeah.
Um, then we meet Cole's parents. Um, they're getting ready to like go out of town for the weekend, and we kind of see him just how nerdy Cole is. Like he still plays with toys that he leaves in the hallway, and he's messing around with his remote control car with
His
a
parents baby him
very badly.
really, really badly.
Yeah.
Like I know that there's a scene too, like in the beginning where his dad is taking him out in a parking lot
Mm-hmm.
to learn how to drive. And he starts the car and everything, and he's like, I can't do it, or whatever. And he starts giving statistics of how many people like die
Mm.
in a car accident or and everything. And then the dad was like, all right, we'll try again another time.
Which I thought Cole was 12 in this.
He's 12, yeah.
Why is he driving?
Sometimes parents like to show their kids a little bit on how to drive and stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
Just in the parking lot. They're in the parking lot. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm.
When my cousin was young, I think she was like 14. Um, I used to like allow her to drive in the parking lot a little bit. It was like, you want to try to drive in the parking lot just randomly?
Terrible.
Yeah. And then she told her younger sister that, like, yeah, like one of the cousins took us, but I won't say which one. And she was like right away, like, it was Jess. Like, it's not the other one,
Terrible.
because the other one wouldn't do that. Yeah, because I'm a little crazy.
A little bit.
Yeah. But, you think about it, and if you have an emergency or something,
Call
and
911. Just saying.
okay, I guess, but like, if, I don't know, like,
If I'm if,
where's a little example I could
if
think
I'm
of?
in an emergency, the last person I'm going to ask to drive me to the hospital is like a young child.
Okay, uh, let me give you a little example, of which I hope this doesn't happen to anybody, but like, let's say like a 14, 15-year-old, obviously not ready to have their license, but almost there,
Mm-hmm.
is babysitting a baby, and the baby is like choking, and by the time they call the ambulance and have the ambulance come, like, baby's not gonna make it. But there's a car there, so they can go and quickly drive the baby over to the hospital.
They're less likely to make it if they drive. Anyway.
If they drive. Nah.
Oh my God. Learn the Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah, or like move my car a minute or something, or go
Yeah.
turn on my car. Your parent never told you to like go turn on their car
Sure.
to warm it up?
Sure. They didn't tell me to drive them to the hospital.
Or pull it out of the parking lot or something?
No.
No? Okay.
Anyway,
Okay, maybe I'm the crazy one.
it's fine. Um,
Our kids are gonna be like, Dad, Mom took me driving, and they're like 12.
I'm gonna be pissed.
What the fuck, Jess?
Cole's parents leave. We're getting off track. Cole's parents leave to go on vacation. B comes over. Her and Cole, there's a fun montage of them dancing and making pizza, and
And Cole's house is amazing. It's
it's a
huge.
huge house.
Yeah, you see how huge it is when they do that little montage too. Like they go swimming in his pool.
Mhm.
He has like a whole projector, like a huge backyard, and then this huge projector, and they just played like this movie that I guess they've played so many times that they're reciting.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Like an old Western movie.
yeah, they're reciting the movie and like pretend attacking each other. Yeah.
They have fun. They have a good friendship.
Hmm.
So, right before it's time for bed, B offers Cole a shot, and he's like, "Oh, alcohol, okay." So she brings him like the biggest shot I've ever seen. Like it's a double, it's huge. And he's like, "Oh, you're not going to do it with me?" And she's like, "All right, I'll be right back." And goes to get hers, and he quickly dumps it in the plant because he's afraid to drink.
Yeah, he's a wuss.
Yeah. And then she comes back and he acts like, oh, I already did it. Uh, So he goes to bed and is immediately texting Melanie. Sorry.
Melanie, yeah. Were
And
you gonna call her Emily again?
probably.
Well, her actual actress name is Emily.
See, I'm not completely wrong.
No, you're not wrong at all.
So he's texting with Melanie and she's saying, watch, she's going to have people over. They're probably going to have an orgy or something. And he's like, what's that? And then he's like, Googling it. But then he hears the doorbell ring and there's people over. And she's like, you need to go watch them and see what they do. So he gets all excited and runs to like the top of the stairs and is watching them. And they're playing Spin the Bottle. And it, sitting in a big circle, we have B, um, Bella Thorne, who,
Allison,
yeah, Allison, I don't know why they don't name her on here. Allison,
Max.
Max, Robbie Amwell, King Batch is character's named John, and then Sonia is Hannah Maylee. And then this kid, Samuel, played by Doug Haley, who he looks very out of place, and soon you see why. Um, they're playing Truth or Dare, like spin the bottle mix kind of thing. And B gets dared to kiss everybody at the circle, so she's like, all right, whatever. So the whole scene of that. And then she gets to Samuel, and he's all nervous and nerdy and, like, again, very out of place. And he stands up all nervous, and she's like, don't worry. Just close your eyes and pretend nobody else is here. And then she stabs him in the fucking head.
Well, she gives him a sweet kiss at
Yeah.
first, and then she stabs him in the head with 2 knives.
Yeah. And he is screaming bloody murder.
Yeah, and then that's when you see Cole like freaked out, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm. And they pull the knives out of his head and they're like draining his blood into these big cups. And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, but again, it is a comedy also, comedy horror. So John goes to he's like, "I think my side is they're collecting the blood
Mm-hmm.
that's spilling in their cups because he's a sacrifice, obviously." And he goes, "I think mine is broken. The blood's not coming out." And
My
he starts
side's
tapping
broken.
it and it just starts spraying all over him.
Mm-hmm. He gets coated in this dude's blood. And he's freaking out, and Allison's making fun of him. And it's hilarious. Cole runs back to his room.
After they say, "Oh, we got to go get the blood. Now we need to go get the blood of the innocent."
Mm-hmm. And before that, he calls 911, says, there's people in my house. Someone just died. You got to send help right away. And then he hears them coming up the stairs and he's like putting his shoes on and he grabs a pocket knife and then he jumps back into bed, pretends to sleep. And everybody slowly walks into his room and they're like, yeah, he's knocked out. The stuff I put in that shot I gave him will keep him out for like 8 hours. And that's when the big needle comes out and they stick him to like drain his blood.
Which I'm shocked that he didn't flinch at all.
Didn't move a muscle.
Yeah, for a kid that's so afraid
Mm-hmm.
of getting shots and needles,
Yeah.
he didn't move at all. She even missed his vein too. She's like, "Oh fuck, I missed his vein."
Yeah, stuck him twice. So they get the blood and then they leave and then he jumps up and he's about to go out the window and he starts to like get dizzy, I guess because the blood loss mixed with, he was on something his mom had mentioned, like, oh, you took something, no crazy stuff this weekend. So he's getting dizzy and then we see that B never left the room and was standing behind him. There's a lot of those like jump scare moments in this.
Yeah, that one I remembered, so that one like
Yeah.
didn't get me.
But yeah, he passes out hard. And then he wakes up, he's tied to a chair, And immediately the first words out of his mouth, because he sees Max without a shirt, and he's like, why is he not wearing a shirt? And like, that's your question? After everything that's happened tonight, that's your question? He's like, yeah. And, they're, I don't know, I don't think they were really telling him what happened yet, because they don't know that he saw anything.
Yeah, no, they were just trying to get information out of him and everything and to see what he saw.
Yeah, they dismissed his accusations by claiming the blood was for a science project. And then two cops show up, and he starts screaming and immediately gets kicked in the chest and hits the floor.
Well, right before that, he takes the pocket knife
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's trying to like cut himself out while he's like talking to them. And then Allison, which is Bella Thorne's character, goes, we could see you. There's a mirror behind you.
But he just keeps going. She's like, well, he's just going to keep cutting while we're talking to him. All right. So then the cops come in, and Max, turns out he's like a crazy psychopath, and throws like a fireplace poker through one of their eyes,
Yeah.
which is awesome. And then B slits the other cop's throat, and then
But while she slits his throat to the other cop, the cop fires the gun and just shoots Allison in the boob.
yeah, but she just starts freaking out.
She starts freaking out. They're trying to they're all like, I don't know, paying attention to her. While they pay attention to her, like, I know Sonia comes over and pokes her boob where it's bleeding, and she's like, oh, screw you.
Yeah, just to fuck with her. Yeah,
Yeah. While that's going on, Cole is able to escape and run back up the stairs. Which, why would you go back up the stairs? I would go out the front door.
he ran past the front door. Did you see that?
Yeah,
He
that's what I'm
runs
saying.
right past it.
Why would you run past the front door and go straight upstairs?
They did that a few times in this.
Yeah.
Um,
Fuck that. I'm going out the front door.
yeah, he runs upstairs. John chases him, and Cole, I guess, there's like a tussle, and Cole pushes him over the railing.
Yeah, and he slips on one of his toys, and he goes over the railing, and like a trophy or something goes right through his
neck.
Yeah.
And he dies instantly.
Pretty cool.
It was pretty great.
Yeah.
Which sucks though, because I did like him as a character. I wish he was in more of the movie. But Cole escapes out his bedroom window, and then he goes and he hides in the crawl space that we saw in the beginning of the movie, which is full of spiders and dead rats and mouse traps and like all kinds of shit. But before he runs in there, he hides in the garage, where he finds Samuel's body, and then he also just starts grabbing shit to use.
Yeah. He's actually pretty smart because he grabs I don't know, like a towel or something, or a blanket, or
So he grabs a blanket, a giant firework, a lighter, and some bug spray.
and the drill.
And the drill.
So he goes to the crawl space, he undrills it open.
Mm-hmm.
He crawls in there, he smacks the little crawl space entrance thing back, goes to the back, covers himself in a corner, which I thought was pretty smart.
That was smart.
Yeah.
But then you could hear them like walking around in the house, and then Sonia and Max are outside looking for him, and you just see Sonia's feet walk by the crawl space, stop, and then walk back, and you're like, oh fuck, she found him. So she goes into the crawl space and is like, just like, there's other blankets down there that she's like smacking to see if it's him. And then Max calls for her. He's like, Sonia, get out here. And she's like, all right, I'm coming. And then there's a spider crawling on top of Cole, which he like flicks off and it lands in a mouse trap.
He should have just waited.
He should have.
Yeah.
But she hears it, of course, turns around and pulls a knife out and starts like going at him. And he lights a firework and just misses her and then crawls away. And then gets out of the crawl space, closes it, drills it shut so she's stuck in there. And then right before the firework goes off and she's like trying to get out, sprays her with the bug spray. Firework goes off. He gets fucking launched after a huge explosion,
Mm-hmm.
which engulfs her. And then there's two explosions. The first one, she's like, I'm still fucking alive. And then the second one, she's dead. And then I don't know why this part made me laugh, but then Max shows up and he's like, did you fucking blow up Sonya? That's kind of awesome. Like,
Yeah.
the fuck? He's like, I gotta hand it to you. That's kind of creative.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not even mad.
So I'm not even mad at you. He's like, what did that? He's like, firework, it's some bug spray. Holy shit. Which I don't know why. I wish I don't know. I feel like if Max wasn't trying to kill him, they would have had a better relationship because he was like impressed. It was very weird how they were in this movie because like Max was definitely trying to kill him, but he was like impressed with everything he did.
I know.
So yeah, fucking blows him up, and then Cole takes off running, and Max catches up to Cole and compliments him and encourages him to stand up for himself when Jeremy shows up and starts like egging his house. And he's like, you gotta go fucking punch him in the face, dude. Like, he's egging your house. This is America. He's ruining like your home. Go beat the shit out of him. Mind you, he was just trying to murder him like a minute before this.
Yeah, so he puts him back down and he's like, you're going to deal with this. Deal with it like a man.
And he's like, you're never gonna get anywhere in life if you don't handle your shit, even though he's still gonna kill him. So he goes to like confront him, and that obviously doesn't work because Cole's weak, and Jeremy knocks him on his ass.
Yeah, but he purposely did it to get knocked on that. So he could tell his bully, like, hey, like, there's people trying to kill me, like, help me.
Yeah, which he doesn't believe him at all.
Yeah, well, he was like, yeah, if they kill you, then I won't kill you. I won't bully you anymore, basically.
Yeah, and he hits him with an egg and then just leaves.
Yeah, and calls him colon cancer.
Colon cancer.
Yeah.
Great nickname. So Cole takes off running again when Max comes back and climbs up the treehouse that he has. And which is like decrepit, like it's an old treehouse.
Well, at first he said, at first he gave him credit where credit was due.
Yeah.
Too, which was funny because it was like, what the heck? Like, and then Cole was like, oh, does this mean we're like good? Like, you're not going to kill me? And he's like, no, I came here to actually kill people.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care about this cult stuff. I just want to kill people.
Yeah.
Which is like, all right, cool, man.
All right. So, yeah. So I gave him like a little bit of a head start.
Yeah.
And then, yep, he has like an old tree house that actually was going to get knocked down soon.
Mm-hmm. It's in pieces.
Yeah, it's in pieces. He climbs up the ladder. He starts kicking down the ladder, so Max can't have anything to climb up, but like he's like the quarterback.
He's the quarterback of the football team and just starts climbing up a rope on the side of the treehouse. And gets up there and, they start fighting. And then the treehouse like collapses like the floor. And I don't know, like crazy shit happens in this movie, like a series of unfortunate events to these people. And he just like slips and falls and hangs himself basically.
Yeah, because he was basically like before he got Cole got egged by the bully before he like took off. And Max is like, don't worry, bud, I'm not going to let you die with egg on you. So he starts wiping that off. So
his hands are like
his
coated.
hands are all coated and slippery. And then he's about to fall through the treehouse and grabs onto the rope. And somehow it goes around his neck. and he gets hanged.
Mm-hmm. This is just a hilarious scene.
Yeah.
Um,
From there, he takes off to the neighbor's house, which happens to be Melanie's house,
hmm.
as mentioned earlier in the film. So he runs in there and he starts telling Melanie what's going on, and he was like, "My babysitter's a part of a cult."
She doesn't believe him until B shows up with a shotgun that she took from the cop car, and they're hiding, and it's like a tense moment of B walking around.
Right before that, though, he walks in the house, right? And then when B walks in, and he was like, "Oh, does your house locks automatically, right?" And she's like, "No." And we were like, "Who the fuck's house locks automatically?"
I've never seen one that does.
Yeah, me either.
It was a weird question.
Yeah, it must be a rich people thing.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're like, maneuvering quietly around the houses. B's walking around with the shotgun in the background, and then she hears a phone go off upstairs, so she slowly goes up the stairs. And then Cole and Melanie go into again, right past the front door. They run right past it into the bathroom and hide. And he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry that, I got you involved in this. I promise I'm going to handle it." And then he kisses her, and
She kisses him, actually.
she kisses him. And then he goes to he's like, "All right, stay here." And he goes out and goes to lock the door. And she's like, "It locks from the inside, dumbass." They're fine. And, he's like, "All right, call the cops. I'm leaving." So he then runs out. And mind you, there was gunshots going off, people screaming, explosions. Does no one live in this fucking neighborhood?
It was the weekend. Maybe it was like, I was going to say summer, but no, because the kids are in school.
They're not in the middle of nowhere. There's other houses. It's a suburban neighborhood.
Maybe people just mind their own business.
Of gunshots and explosions, though? I don't know.
Would you go out there if you hear gunshots and explosions?
Yeah,
I'd be peeking from my window to see.
I would go.
I wouldn't go outside.
That'd be fun. But yeah, no one apparently lives in this fucking neighborhood because a lot of shit happens and cops just don't show up unless they're called.
Hmm.
So Cole runs out yelling for B to come after him, to get her away from Melanie's house. And then he returns home and the house is cleaned up. The evidence is gone. He sees Allison laying there, presumably dead. And he's waving his hand in front of her face and she's not moving.
Yeah, putting his face near her face to see if she's breathing,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was dumb. I was like, if it were me, I would have poked her in the boob
Yeah.
because she got shot, because that's the best way to see if she was dead or not.
Yeah. But she's not dead, and she attacks Cole, and they go at it, and then he hits her in the boob by mistake. And then she calls him a pervert because she's like, "Why would you touch my boob?" And he's like, "You're trying to kill me." I'm just trying to get you away from me. And she goes at him, and then her head fucking explodes because B just shoots her from across the room, which was awesome. Cole then grabs the satanic book that B had, which they were reading from earlier on in the movie. And he grabs a lighter and he's like, "I will fucking set this shit on fire. You need to tell me everything." And she's like, "All right, all right." Basically tells him that she's been doing this for a long time. She used to be a really weak person, but she made a deal with the devil basically to be more confident and beautiful and tough and everything. And he's like, "How many other kids have you done this to?" And she's like, "A lot. And you wouldn't be the last." And she's like, "You basically just fucked it up for me. I have to skip town again and go somewhere new and start fresh," and all of that. And then, is this the first time we hear Samara Weaving's iconic scream? Because he lights the book on
I
fire and
I want to
throws it.
say yes, but I I would have to check that. I would have to double check that.
Because, as we've mentioned in the other episode, she has a very iconic scream that's awesome. And he lights the book on fire and throws it, and she like screams and dives for it.
Yeah, it sounds like a little bit of a goat.
Kind of, yeah. Um, so as she's trying to like put the fire out, Cole runs back to Melanie's, jumps in her father's douchey car, grabs the keys, starts it up, and he just speeds at his house. And like, I don't know, he hits it perfectly where he like does a barrel roll into the house and just fucking smashes her with the car. Like bad.
Yeah. Yep. And then B's like, I never expected that you were gonna run a car into me. And so they were chit-chatting a little bit, and I think she asked him, she was like, I never asked what your team was. I don't remember. It was like
Because he earlier on when they were making pizza, he asked like, all right, if you had to fight like a big bad villain in space, who would your 5-person galactic team be? And she names a bunch of people, and he's like, that's cool. But she never asked him. And she's like, all right, I forgot I never asked you, what would your team be? And he names a bunch of people, and then he's like, and the last 2 people would have been you and me. And she was like, damn. I guess she felt bad.
yeah, she did feel a little bit bad, and then she's like tearing up, obviously. And they do this thing where they say bye bee or hey bee, or and they like do
They
with
do the
their,
like the ET finger.
yeah, the ET finger together. And she tried to reach out to him one more time, and he was just like, he basically told her like, because she confessed that she was gonna like that he wasn't the first or last kid, that he had to take care of her,
Hmm.
basically. And then he leaves her, crawls out into his front house, which I thought was funny because it's like, again, why didn't you go to the front door? But he crawls back over to the car to get outside. And at this point, the cops and the fire department show up, and
Finally.
yeah, and his parents finally come back.
Yeah. And
And then they're like, oh my God, Cole, like, as one does,
yeah.
if they're kids. And he's like, I don't need a babysitter anymore.
Yeah. And the roll credits.
Roll credits.
And then we get a quick little after credits scene of firefighter going through the house and then B popping up because she was not dead.
She's not dead. Evil doesn't die, though.
No. And that is the babysitter. I really enjoy this movie. I like the horror comedies.
I'm glad, because when I said like that it was one of my picks, you were kind of like, eh.
At first I was, only because I haven't seen it in a while and I forgot how funny it was.
I thought you'd never watched it. I thought this was the first time you watched
The
it.
second one I haven't.
The second one you haven't. Okay.
But no, I've definitely seen this one before. I think you showed it to me the first time.
The second one is really good.
I know, I gotta sit down and watch it.
She got it.
Frank.
There was a little, oh, I guess not.
Damn it, Frankie, earn your rent. Sorry, our cat is trying to kill a bug and she's missing.
Frankie's pretty good at killing bugs. Last night, she killed a spider.
She needs to earn her keep.
She will. She'll get it. She's registering it right now.
Yeah.
Get it, Kiki. Get it.
Do your jab. So they're freaking out.
Should I lift her and help her?
Yeah, give her a hand.
Sure. Let me hold you. Let Mama help you.
We tend to pick
Yep.
Frankie up and just hold her up to the bug and she devours it.
Yeah, she's pretty good at
It's a good time.
getting the bugs. Yeah, I went to go scoop her and she spazzed out.
She is a spaz.
Yeah. Oh, fortunately. So yeah, that one was a short one, but that's the babysitter. That came out 2017. This was one of her some people recognize her from The Babysitter because that was the first thing that I always recognized her from.
It's probably one of her first horror movies, I would think.
I don't think so. I think it's maybe I would classify it as one of her films that kind of put her name out there more.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those first ones. This film did pretty well for it to have another movie right afterwards. It came out with another one 3 years later.
Was this a Netflix original?
This was a Netflix original, yes.
Mm, they do make good movies.
Yeah, and then they did a second one. Everybody comes back for the second one.
Mm. See, I like that.
See? And so that already tells you, like I said, evil doesn't die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll watch it eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then they have some new characters come on too, which
Jenna Ortega.
yeah, Jenna Ortega comes back on. Well, no, she's not comes back on.
She shows up.
She shows up for this one.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll watch it. I don't know. Out of 10, I would probably rate this like a 7.
Um, I like, believe it or not, I like the second one a little more.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out and see for myself.
I really like the second one, but the first one definitely like had to happen for the second one to get some context because they do a lot of flashbacks in the second one.
Kind of like Ready or Not, where like it's not necessarily the second one's better, but it is pretty much on par.
You know what? Then I would probably just say exactly that.
Mm,
Like, I guess she's just really good at picking these films that the second movie ends up being
just as good.
just as good. Cause yeah, you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wouldn't necessarily say better,
Mm,
but I'd say equal to.
fair.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, I love Ready or Not.
Yeah. But Ready or Not 2 was amazing.
This phenomenal.
I didn't know what they were gonna do with it too, but they hadn't they had like 6 years to figure it out.
I was pleasantly surprised
Yeah.
that it
So
turned
was
out
I.
as good as it did.
And they picked what is that actress's name? Catherine Newton.
Hmm.
Um, they really look like they could be sisters. Like
Yeah, they cast it very well in
they
that movie.
casted very, very well. I remember reading posts that said, and then their older sister, Margot Robbie, comes out to save them
Oh
or
God,
something.
could you imagine?
And I was just like, she kind of looks like she could be their sister too,
It could
though.
work.
Right?
Yeah. I
I
don't
don't know if it's because they're all blonde, if that's the reason.
Yeah, yeah, it would work.
But
I'm sure they'll do a third one eventually.
yeah, but Catherine Newton really looks like she could be a younger sister.
Yeah,
So yeah, they did cast really, really well.
but yeah, so that's our pick for teen horror. Your pick, rather.
That is my pick for teen horror.
Which is funny because had I landed on that, I probably would have picked Summer of '84.
Summer of '84.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't even cross my mind.
Mm, good old milk carton movie.
Yeah, I know it as the Milk Carton movie. I told one of my coworkers about the Milk Carton movie, and then he was like, "What's it called?" And I was like, "I have no idea." I was like, "I'm gonna have to look for it." And then I think I texted you like, "Hey, what's the Milk Carton movie?" And you were like, "I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up."
Well, it's not hard to find if you just if you're on Prime or Shudder and just looking, if you come across a picture of a milk carton, you found it.
Sometimes they change the cover a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, they alternate the covers. Like, I know Netflix does that too, but this one was on Prime
Hmm.
and on Shudder. Yeah, and
Depressing ending.
that's how we sometimes watch movies.
Yeah.
We just randomly pick something. And sometimes it works out, and sometimes it's just it really doesn't.
That's how I've picked a lot of movies, even movies I watch by myself. That's how I found some of my favorite movies, like Troll Hunter and even even Terrifier. That's how I found that, and
Oh.
I'm obsessed.
So that's what I do with books. Remember how So Josh and I were at Barnes& and Noble's like a couple what was it, couple months ago or something? I don't remember how long it was, but I picked a book because it was purple,
Oh, the pages were purple on the
and
art.
it was just so pretty, like, the edging was all purple and everything, and I was like, "This book is so pretty."
What book was that?
I don't remember. I
Wow.
have it in the room. It's called, I think it was, like, To Build a Nest or something.
Sure.
Yeah, it was like a fantasy book,
Hmm.
a fantasy monster book that was lesbian.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
It was okay. It wasn't anything crazy, like, but literally that's sometimes how I pick books. I'm like, "Oh, this looks pretty."
Yeah,
And we do that with movies too.
that's fair. I actually ordered a book today. I ordered a book called Convergence because Joe and I are having the author on as a interview on our other podcast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You did tell me that.
So
Yeah.
that'll be fun. So I got to read the book so I'm not like confused to anything he's talking about.
Yeah. I'll read the book right after.
Okay. It's going to be interesting because he was a prosecutor in Chicago in like the 70s and 80s during like, he served like major murder cases, like trials. So the book's going to be interesting.
Wait, I saw this one that had an audiobook, right? It had an audiobook.
Mm.
And I think I might just listen to it as an audiobook
Yeah.
because that's probably something that's more like autobiography, memoir.
Yeah.
I tend to like listening to people reading their own books.
I'm pretty sure he does the voice for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I ordered it because I wanted to actually read it and be all caught up and ready to go for the interview. But you'll have to tune in for that. Anyway, it's my turn to spin.
Yep. Josh's turn to spin this week. And then, so then next week we'll come back with his pick of the week. And then the following week, we will be not coming back to me right away. We'll go into another listener's choice review.
So,
So tune in for that. The second Babysitter movie, I am going to actually do an episode solo for you guys since Josh hasn't watched that one.
yeah.
And I figured he originally told me I could speak about the second one this episode, but then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I was like, maybe this would be a good time for me to do a solo episode. So stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll get something out for you guys over the weekend.
Yeah. But for right now, let me spin.
Good spin. I thought it was going to land on teen horror again.
Supernatural. Okay.
No.
You wanted that one?
No, I just don't really care much for Supernatural
Huh.
sometimes. But it's been on there since the beginning.
Yeah.
So we do need to better you than me.
Okay. I'll find a good one for that.
Yep. And then we definitely need to remove teen horror or supernatural off of the wheel. Because usually when we review, I like to take them off of the wheel. So just in case
Yeah.
we forget.
Yeah.
It almost looked like you were about to lean on teen horror again.
I wanted to land on. No, I won't even say it. There's a few I wanted to land on, but Supernatural is fine. I could absolutely do that.
What were the other ones you wanted to land on?
I want Cosmic because there's a movie in particular I want to do. Classic, I can pick literally. I already have one picked out for that. And then So Bad It's Good.
So bad it's good.
See,
There's so many.
here's the thing. So if I land on, because one of the topics is to be original, it's taking every ounce of restraint that I have to not pick Death Toilet because I know you won't be able to sit through it. It is so ridiculous of a movie.
So you know what's funny? I have a to be original that I wrote down.
Oh, you have one? Okay.
I have one and I haven't watched it, but it sounds ridiculous
Yeah.
that I think we might both have a hard time sitting through it.
Yeah. See, that's what I love. I love those movies because people may not understand this. So Tubi is a free app that you can watch movies on. That being said, it's not just real movies. It's shitty people with their own video camera kind of movies also. So there's a lot of winners on there. um,
Yeah, and there are to be originals, and they're interesting.
oh boy, are they.
Yes. What's funny is teen horror, and you landed on supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
So we both got something that was like from the original, like I put on the wheel.
Yeah.
Because after we crossed off teen horror and supernatural, the last, I think it's last two topics that have been there since the very, very beginning that we have not landed on is 2020s and up
Mm-hmm.
and psychological.
Yeah. Psychological is going to be a rough one.
I think I actually have something for psychological now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I I definitely have one for the end of the world. Um,
The end of the world, I have nothing for.
oh, I got one for that.
So I'm kind of hoping I don't get that. But, I'll probably just pick a zombie movie.
Kids Halloween, I know what I want.
Kids Halloween, I have something.
I think we have the same movie.
Do you think?
Yeah. Well, we'll
I don't
discuss
know.
after we turn this off, but
We'll see.
yeah. But also, you said you were going to do a solo episode. I might also do one because I'm going to lean into TV shows a little. And I'm going to talk one of my favorites, which is Goosebumps.
I thought we were going to do that together.
Well, you don't like the episodes I like. You won't watch Night of the Living Dummy. You won't watch
I
it.
have watched that one.
Recently?
I have watched that one a lot in the past.
All right, we're going to watch it after this. I'm going to see if you can handle it.
I can handle Slappy.
I don't know.
I can handle him.
All right, so you...
Not in real life, but like through a
Mm.
screen because he's kind of like dorky.
In Night of the Living Dummy 3, I watched it the other day, as I do, and I noticed two things. One, Hayden Christensen, who's Anakin Skywalker, was in it as a child, which is hilarious. And two, when Slappy's walking around, it's clearly a short guy in a mask, and it's really funny.
There was one that freaked me out. Because usually when you think Goosebumps, there's always like that one episode that kind of sticks out to you that you're always like, that one kind of freaked me out as a kid.
Which one?
And a lot of people always go to the dummy one, which is fair.
Yeah.
That one's not,
Iconic.
it is iconic, but it is the one that kind of freaked out kids a lot. But I think they were like, it was a family. I think they went to like a carnival or something, and then they were leaving or I can't remember.
Oh, One Day at Horrorland.
Yes, and then they leave and they can't like leave. Like,
Quick synopsis on that episode, because I've seen it 20,000 times. Family is trying to find Zoo Gardens, which is like a shitty zoo for families. They get lost because dad doesn't like to ask for directions.
yes.
They see a sign for a place called Horrorland and say, well, that sounds neat. They go to check it out, and there's no humans working, but monsters who they assume are people in costumes, but they are not.
Yeah, so that one freaked me out as a kid. That one kind of stayed with me, but I think it was more that, because Goosebumps is Goosebumps,
Yeah.
But I think what freaked me out about it is that it gave me vivid, weird dreams.
Yeah.
Because you know how I tend to like, I'll watch something and I'll have like dreams aspects of it that same night. So I remember specifically that one giving me like weird, vivid dreams. And then I was like, yeah, that one freaked me out. The sponge one.
Really?
Yeah, that one freaked me out a little too as a kid.
Some of the episodes are just straight stupid.
A lot of them.
Well,
and a lot of the acting is really bad too.
it was the 90s and they were Canadian. Give them a break.
I know. Oh, I like Degrassi.
Same response. It was the 90s and they were Canadian. It was not good.
What do you mean? Degrassi covered a lot of hard topics.
Sure, but Canadian. Ugh.
Yeah, I get invested in Degrassi.
I can't take it
It
serious.
feels like reality TV,
Yeah, but then the Canadian
but
accent comes
staged.
out.
Yeah, when
It's
they
like,
say sorry.
my dad hit me. What are you talking about? Like, no, I can't take that serious.
Didn't your didn't on your other podcast, didn't some of the listeners think that you were Canadian?
I don't know why. I don't sound Canadian. I genuinely have no idea. Some of my UK listeners said that I sound Canadian, and they thought we were from Canada, or me specifically. But
I mean, maybe when they think the US, they think they think down south. Like they think the southern accents, because I know when you tell like a British person to like sound American, sometimes they sound like southern.
they do one of two voices. So they'll either do the southern one or they'll do the Californian
Yeah.
voice. That's what Millie Bobby Brown always does. She always reverts to like the California voice, and it's annoying.
Yeah. But she could just do a regular too.
Yeah.
She's really good at doing what you need her to do.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I sound Canadian, so I'm gonna end it with that. But yeah, so
I don't think you sound Canadian, but
thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, so I'm gonna do some solo episodes. You're gonna do some solo episodes.
yeah. So I think I'm gonna kick mine off with the Babysitter, the second one, just because, and I think I'm gonna do that very, very soon. So hopefully this weekend I can get something out for you guys.
Yeah.
That way, this episode is fresh in your mind, and you can just go straight into the second episode.
Yes. Yeah.
Unless it's a complete disaster.
No, it'll be fine.
So, if nothing comes out, it was a complete disaster, and Jess cannot do a solo episode.
You'll be fine. Solo episodes are fun, but you'll be all right.
I have never done one, so
It's not that bad.
we will see.
But yes, thank you guys so much for listening. We will be back next week, and
Yeah, with a supernatural.
I have a few ideas, but I got to think about it. It's a hard one.
It is a hard one. Supernatural is hard. Psychological is hard too, but I think when I sat with psychological, then I was just like, okay, like
Yeah.
I could do this, I could do that.
Hmm.
Terrifier,
For what?
supernatural.
I guess Terrifier 2 for sure.
Terrifier 2 for sure.
I don't know about Terrifier 1.
Nah, Terrifier 1 is like its own unique movie.
If I really wanted to stretch it, I could do Terrifier, but I'd probably skip it and jump. I would quickly touch on the first one just to get to the second one.
Yeah.
And then the third one's its own thing. We could save that for like a holiday episode.
Yeah, that's a Christmas movie.
Sure is. It's my favorite Christmas movie. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you guys again. We will be back next week. And yeah, goodbye.
Bye, guys.